Marysville Roundtable, a discussion on current events, sports, and entertainment.
The Marysville Lions Club was established in 1941. Since that time, Lions members have assisted throughout our community with service projects. I'm Trent Vagey, and joining us today is Mr. Kirk Smith, a longtime member of the Lions Club. So what was the reason that you decided to join, and when did you join the Lions Club?
I've been a member of the Marysville Lions Club since about 2003, somewhere around there. One of the reasons that I joined was that I had done a couple of projects through the school with the Lions Club, and they were very generous. I went down and spoke at a couple of their meetings for different activities that we were doing in the school. Found out all the good things that they do, and I like giving back some time to my community and seeing what I can do to help the community. So that's how I got started.
Okay. What kind of volunteer groups or causes do you guys do for the community?
Well, that's a great question. We have, first of all, it's Lions Club International, so it's worldwide. We also have national, state, and district type of programs. So in our district, it's called 11D2, and that's the entire thumb area down to about Anchor Bay. So as a little side note, the governor this year happens to be our superintendent, Dr. Whiteman. So he's the governor for the entire thumb area, and then he represents us at the state and national level. But specifically, we have lots of different projects that we do throughout the community. What we're probably best known for is helping those with visual challenges, those people that have either lost their eyesight or having trouble with their eyesight. So sometimes you hear about Leader Dogs for the Blind down in Rochester. We have a lady that lives right here in the community, and she's trained leader dogs, getting them ready to go down to Rochester for close to 30 years. And it's an amazing project that she does and that they have. We also do eye exams. We collect eyeglasses that can be used for mission trips, and as different doctors go across the globe to help out other communities, some of our glasses right from the Blue Water area go with them. So ophthalmologists, they can do their thing with measuring the eyes and all that, fit them with the right glasses. So those glasses that you have laying around in your spare drawer, pull them out and we can donate those. We also do orthopedic equipment under our health services. We have some crutches, and we have wheelchairs, and we have walkers and other types of equipment. So if somebody in the community needs to borrow them for a short period of time, they can call a Lions Club member, and we'll work a way to get those involved.
That's really special, yeah.
It is. Our other community projects, we work with the city of Marysville. We do something with the Friends of the Marysville Library. We've done things with the Recreation Department, some benches down by the riverfront, golf charging station, those kind of things. And lastly, our big piece is we like to do things for the youth in the community. We've sponsored the Scouts. We have the Police Explorers, the new Fire Explorers program, lots of other groups that involve our students in the school. We have scholarships that we offer every spring to some of our students, the robotics club, the esports team. So there's lots of different things there. And then our last group, of course, is our health services. We also help out by donating and volunteering where we can at Mid-City Nutrition, SOS Food Pantry, some diabetic type of programs. So we try to cover those four major areas.
What was the biggest project that you took part in?
Wow, that's a good question. We used to do the Marysville Carnival. That was always a huge event to plan out. And if you remember, we used to sell advertisements and have a little booklet, and it would have all the activities in it. That was a big fundraiser for us for a lot of years. We've done some other things with the car shows down at the park. So those are probably a couple of our biggest functions that I've worked on.
What are the regular projects that are on your guys' schedule?
We have some consistent projects. One I had mentioned just a moment ago is Mid-City Nutrition. Every 3 months, our members go up to Mid-City Nutrition, and we volunteer on a Saturday morning. Usually it's about 4 hours from 8 to noon. We prepared just a couple Saturdays ago, we prepared about 120 meals with the Mid-City staff. And it's pretty rewarding when you walk out of there to see you helped feed 120 people from the community. So that's one of our regular projects. We do some other things, like I say, the eyeglass collection, and you see our mint canisters out in the community. It's the Little League, the soccer, youth soccer groups, the library, having them come in. Sometimes when the city comes up with an idea, they'll give us a call. If we can help them out a little bit, we try to do that. So those are the regular things that we do.
Okay, yeah, that's really nice for the community overall. How many members are there, and how do you get into the Lions Club?
That's a good question. We have 22 members right now. We're always looking for new members. The only requirement is that you have to want to help your community. It's a couple of hours a month. We have meetings on the first and the third Monday, right here at the superintendent's office and at the high school. We go through our calendar for the next month, 2 months, start planning things out. We just met last night and had the Peace Poster contest. Some of our young artists over at the middle school did an excellent job. Over 100 students had a theme from the Lions Club, and our club went through a process of picked first, second, and third place, and they'll receive an award.
Could you tell me about the Buy-in for a Lion and how you select the kid for the program?
That's a really cool little project. We started it a couple of years ago. Our 3 elementary principals and their staff, and the middle school, we select a student that maybe finances are a little tough, and they come down to Myers. Myers partners with us. They're awesome at helping us out with some of our projects, like a lot of businesses in town. The students come in with a little list and pick up, they have some money in a budget, and we keep track of how much they're putting in the cart. Get something for mom and dad or grandma or brother, sisters, and then get a few things for themselves. And we want them to have a couple of toys and stuff as well, but also, get some nice warm clothes for the winter and things like that, so they have a good Christmas. And it's turned out to be a really fun little project, and so we'll have 4 students. We're going to do that in early December, and we're looking forward to doing it again.
That's just amazing.
Thanks.
Could you tell me about the Mid-City Nutrition? Like, I know you touched on it earlier, but just...
One of our members, Paul Wessel, is a volunteer up at Mid-City Nutrition. He's a chef, a cook, and he is amazing at coming up. His whole staff is, and Alice Reeves is the director, and they have a couple other people coming on board. They are great at getting donations and figuring out a menu. They have a lot of different groups in the community step up and help them. It's just our opportunity to do it. We do it the 5th Saturday every 3 months. So our next one is actually December 31st. Every time I walk out of there, you're a little tired because you've been working nonstop for 4 hours, but you really feel good about what you did too. You know that there's 120 to 150 people, depending on the Saturday, that's got a good, warm, full meal in their stomach by the time you're done with your volunteer work.
Yeah, that's really good, being able to feed the community that really can't feed themselves.
Yeah.
I understand that you guys collected a bunch of donated Halloween candy.
We did. We used to do this. Of course, a lot of things are starting to come back now that the pandemic has kind of slowed down. We put out just Facebook, word of mouth. If anybody had some extra candy after Halloween, a couple of our members were over at the Marysville Library, and we thank them for allowing us to take up a couple of chairs over there. We will bag that up into smaller portions, and we're going to take that around to some of the senior citizen facilities and put a little positive note of goodwill type of thing. And we'll have a couple of members going around to deliver that as just thinking of you type of thing.
The Leader Dogs, that's a really big organization. Could you explain more to me about that?
That's probably one of our most well-known organizations. The Leader Dog program out of Rochester, Michigan. We've been down to visit it several times. It's just an amazing place. They breed their own dogs. They used to have different volunteers and things, but now they're trainers and stuff. They breed the dogs, and then they have host families. And as I mentioned, Carolyn Crow from this area, for close to 30 years now, she's taken a dog in every year. I don't know how she does it, but she does it for a year and then gets them through socialization, they call it. So the socialization is teaching them how to be in the public and not jump and bark at everything that goes by them, and kind of train them to be calmer dogs. Then after a year, and again, I don't know how she does this, it's amazing, she gives the dog back to leader dog, and then they go into more specific training on how to be a guide dog. And if you ever go down to Rochester, you'll see a lot of the people that are doing the training with their trainers, with the dogs, getting on buses, walking in the downtown area, knowing where the crosswalks are. It's just a fabulous place. They have veterinarians on staff. They have a leathersmith on staff because of the harnesses, different people, different heights, all those types of things. And now with technology, they actually have GPS in the collar of the dog. So they come up to a stop sign and the GPS can say exactly where they're at and the coordinates and things like that to help the person with the visual challenge. And it allows people to have more independence. A side note to that, we have a resident right here in town that has a leader dog, and we've sponsored her for the last 5 or 6 years now. We sponsored her to be able to go down to leader dog. It's 3-4 weeks of training. You stay right there. They get their dog, and then they learn how to start working with the dog, and they take them around until they feel comfortable, and then you might see her around town with her leader dog. It's an awesome, awesome program.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just giving someone that, like, something that they don't have.
Independence, we all want to be able to get out of our house and go do the things we like to do, and that allows them to continue to do that.
Thank you for sharing all the information about the Lions Club.
You're welcome.
Thank you for helping out our community too.
You're welcome.
The Lions Club helps out our community in so many ways. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mr. Smith. I'm Trenton Veggie with M6, your hometown station.
Marysville Roundtable, a discussion on current events, sports, and entertainment.